Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Castle in the Ground. You know, I have no idea why it's called that. This is a 2019 film. It came out in 2020 here in the US, May 15th, so it's pretty fresh. It does only have 462 grades on IMDb, which is the website I prefer. It does not come with a rating. It runs an hour and 45 minutes, and it stars Imogen Poots, Neve Campbell, and Alex Wolff. The description: after the untimely death of his mother, a teenager befriends his charismatic but troubled next door neighbor and becomes embroiled in a world of addiction and violence just as the opioid epidemic takes hold of their small town. This is Castle in the Ground. Well, thank you everybody for watching this video. If you'd like any correspondence with me outside of YouTube, I do have my Facebook page. It's Danny's Movies and Music. If you'd like to check that out, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, this one comes to me purely as research. It's pretty fresh and not many people have watched it, so I was hoping for something. I had a little bit of expectation, even though I didn't know anything about the movie. And the first thing I'll say is from the description. The mother's death is not untimely. When people have cancer, they have cancer. Sadly to say, gotta be realistic. I gotta be real with you. People can die at any time when they have cancer. Okay? A 19-year-old, I would assume, would be a little bit mature to understand that, especially when he's taking care of her every day and getting her medicine to her every day. So the reaction from that and the description of that here, online, I just don't agree with. So, I'm gonna be really real with you on this review because it's not a movie to watch and judge and write a bunch of notes. It's very emotional. It's very real. It's very specific in the way that it makes its movie, and it's all about like how you relate to the movie, how you feel about it, if you have had anything happen like this in your life. You're just watching it. And that's really what I got left stuck doing last night when I watched this. I was just kind of like waiting till the end because then I could kind of see how I felt about it. I wrote down some things. So it really does take a long time for the mother to pass. Obviously, we knew it was coming, but it takes 30 minutes. And I think that's a long time of a movie. It gives them a chance to let us know how much they were struggling with the sickness and what it took to keep her comfortable and, all that. And that's fine, but you don't really need to draw that out, especially when you have other things happening that are pretty irrelevant, like the excuse me, especially the young man's interaction with his girlfriend and this neighbor that he kind of befriends. Um, excuse me. All right, that's enough of that. So, yes, the young man's interaction with people, plus the journey of taking care of his mother, none of that really seems to matter, and so it's weird that it took 30 minutes to explain all that before we kind of get on to the rest of the movie. Um, when it happens, it felt like there was a snap of a finger and we were at the funeral. And I don't like how they handle that because if you're going to take 30 minutes to give us a journey of pain and suffering and medicine and care and reactions from her son who doesn't want her to go, and then here's the funeral. It just felt very awkward and weird. It's like, why would you handle it like that? Why wouldn't you handle it more delicately? You know, if you're gonna draw it out, draw it out. You know, have her give a speech on her deathbed and have the son, get some help arranging the funeral. Give us more detail if you're gonna do it. Just do it. So then we get past the mother storyline. Obviously, the young man is struggling. I'm sorry for my cold. It just kind of hit me. Obviously, it takes the young man a little bit of time after the funeral to adapt, to living, but he never really gets there, honestly. But for some reason, in the midst of his, sorrowing and pain, he decides that he wants to have interaction with his loser of a neighbor who only is using him to get stuff like a ride and a phone and money and food and whatever else. And this is where I stay real with you, is that I've had this situation in my life before. I had somebody younger that was troublesome, and I helped her out for a while. I let her stay with me. I gave her things to make sure she could survive. And really, she was just using me. And then when she found another place to go, she went to her next place. So that happens, And so to see it in this movie is a little tough to watch on screen. Because especially when you've been in that position, that you can make the choice not to be around that person. And so that's really all I was saying to this guy on screen. I was saying, why are you making the conscious decision to be around this person? Because this is a movie, this is made up, but she's making lots of bad decisions. She has all these people around with noise and weapons and drugs, and it's like, why is this nice guy putting himself in this crazy situation? So the rest of the movie was kind of irrelevant to me, to be honest. And I think that's where the movie just started to downslide, because our main character had no reason to involve himself with what was going on, but he did. So there's a couple times that this troublesome girl, Anna, she says, things to make Henry go away. And so when he doesn't, it just starts to lose us more and more. And it just goes that way till the end of the movie. And as crazy as this movie gets, and as interwinding and the drug stuff that they have going on, with everything going on, it just seems irrelevant because there's no reason for Henry to be involved. It seems like his storyline should have taken a complete other turn than what happens in this movie. Seems like the movie just wanted what they had to be in the movie, and it felt pushed, So, not too much good stuff about this movie, to be honest. I didn't like how they handled the drawn out beginning. I don't like how they handled the irrelevant happenings of the end of the last half, or most of the rest of the movie. And Henry just seems always so bummed out, and he's never done drugs before. He's very big into his Jewish synagogue religion, and just all of a sudden he becomes a druggie and involved with drug sellers and drug stealers and all this stuff. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm not calling this the worst movie I've seen in a while, because I've seen some worse movies than this, obviously. So I'm going to give Castle on the Ground a C-. It's a shade above my worst grade, and it doesn't mean I'm recommending it at all. It's just not the worst. So congratulations on that. Castle on the Ground, I'm giving you a C-. Thanks, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get some of them to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. Enjoy your movies. Thanks.